Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think you can all hear me very well, yes? Yes. Hi. Thank you very much for joining us. The mic is a bit, yeah, okay. Okay, is it better now? Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Today is a very special day for us at Arabia CSR Network. We are gathered here to launch the 14th cycle of this wonderful award that many of you know, and we will come into the details about it. This award really has helped many organizations across the Arab region to look at their operations seriously and to integrate sustainability teachings and CSR values into their core operations. Under the different circumstances that we have gone through the 14 years, particularly last year, the whole world has gone through hell, if we would like to put it in the right perspective, changing of the way businesses were done. Looking at the losses that we had, the human loss on the global level is already reached more than 2 million as we speak. The numbers are rising. The results of that is not only human losses, the economic losses, the infrastructure, the collapse of systems, the collapse of economies in many parts of the world, the impact that it has had on sustainability, on stability in regions, on really looking at human rights violations. So it was really a spiral effect that is having on all of us. But again, it showed us that we as human species, human beings, we have that resilience within us to be able to stand up, to be able to look at what is going on, to be able to identify where are the gaps. And platforms like this really helps us to discuss those issues intellectually, reasonably, and put issues in perspective and try to find solutions. The speed, the record that vaccinations have come out shows that there is a lot that is going on around the world. That we have again come, in spite of our differences, in spite of the challenges, we could work together and we can come up with technology at our disposal has helped speed up that process. I have attended hundreds of meetings throughout 2020, and I say this is the year that I have worked the hardest in really from the formation years. I looked at the different global bodies and the number of conferences and meetings and seminars and brainstorming sessions that were taking in different perspectives of CSR. Particularly when you look at United Nations Environment Program, how they pushed and forged ahead with the Sustainable Development Goals in spite of what was going on, which made it more relevant now than any other time that we need these goals, we need to work at them, and we need to dissect them to understand what they are all about and to really bring them into our daily operations. They really help. They really help. So I'm very delighted with the beautiful journey of this wonderful award that has taken us 14 years, mashallah. And I look at it and I said, it's as if we started it last year. Hundreds of organizations have applied, wonderful case studies that we have come across. Looking at the marveling of the private sector and its ability to find solutions to different challenges and bringing out best practices has been one of the very fruitful and rewards of this award, particularly for me in the whole process. So I thank you all for joining. I thank our wonderful speakers who have taken time off their busy schedules. We are having, of course, live streaming, so you will having listeners on YouTube looking at this event as well. It's the design that we do it in-house. Again, this is an area that we are proud of. We do not engage any entity. This is the expertise and experience within the house. This is the teamwork of the organization and coming up. We are honored and pleased to have it under the patronage of His Excellency Engineer Sheikh Salim bin Sultan bin Sagar Al-Qasimi, the President of Ras Al Khaimah Civil Aviation, and he's been a staunch supporter of this award and firm believer in its value and its credibility, and he keeps on supporting. He rang personally yesterday to find out if everything was okay, if everything was needed from him, and he is really following closely with the development of this award. This is a platform where it's open. We get different entities to support us. So at our launch today, we have, alhamdulillah, quite a few entities that have come on board, and it's still open for different sectors, different organizations to support us in different ways and coming together. And you can see the diversity of the organizations and the different aspects that we engage with them, and we seek the support and assistance and partnership and collaborations. Before I go into the details of the award, I will just give you a brief about our areas of focus. And I always believe it is very important for you to understand who you are, what you are offering, and how you are offering those. So our 6 areas of focus are the CSR trainings, our series of trainings and workshops. Of course, we are the certified training partner of Global Reporting Initiative, and this is a partnership that we went into in 2011, and it's continuing very, very strongly, alhamdulillah. And we have conducted at least 55 trainings till date with hundreds of people across the Arab region and beyond. And many of the sustainability reports that have come out from the Arab world are people who have taken trainings with us. And we are proud and honored to have had that impact on the regional level. We have developed a series of CSR and sustainability trainings and keep on building on these, developing them and improving them as we move along in partnership with a strong CSR organization in Asia. We have, of course, the Arabia CSR Awards, and you are all witness. It's considered, and it is known to be the CSR and sustainability benchmark in the Arab world, and it has built its capacity on international platforms and best practices. It helps build the capacity of organizations, because for us it is not like an award that you take it and you put it on the shelves. It is a continuation of a journey of progress and improvement. It has taken organization from point 1 to point B, C, D, and we move as we speak. One of the wonderful platforms we have is the Arabia CSR Forum. It's a go-to meeting. It's an intellectual platform where leaders from the region and globally share the best practices, share the latest that is out there in different aspects of corporate social responsibility and sustainability. Last year we were supposed to do a conference, but because of COVID and because of the advice that we got from many of our partners that we should push it, and we wanted to roll it out in line with Expo 2020. So it has been moved out to October, inshallah, 2021. And we will be sharing with you shortly the details, the themes, the sub-themes, the sessions, and we hope, inshallah, you will all participate with us and support it. It's a platform that generates a lot of interest on the global level. We get speakers approaching us to want to be involved in this forum. And it is a result-oriented, so it's not something that we just haphazardly pick. We pick up of where we left before, and we take the themes and the issues to another level and to another scale. One of the wonderful outcomes of the Arabia CSR Awards are the best practices. It has taught us a lot. It has taught everyone who is involved in the award process to see the wonderful, incredible, and strong practices that is coming out from the region. This is a publication that is a resource tool that we are sharing it with universities, we are sharing it with businesses, with everyone who wants to start that journey. You do not need to start from zero. You want to start from where the others have left. You learn from the best in the business and in the industry, and you take your operations forward. It is really, we look at the applications, we study them thoroughly, we analyze them, we research them, we dissect information that we want from them, and we produce the best practices that we put in front of our readers. We have the advisory services that we go with organizations to start with them to develop CSR strategies, CSR policies, understanding the gaps that they have within the organization, putting a roadmap for engagement with their stakeholders, working with the stakeholders, producing their sustainability reports and action plans after that. And of course, we have, as I mentioned, the third-party assurance. Third party is when organizations have already issued their sustainability reports. We come in and we take those reports, we go through it thoroughly, and we give recommendation on where are the gaps and what should be done to improve on the performance of the organization. It is well received by entities as well. So this is, in brief, is Arabia CSR network. How did that move so fast? Yes. So when you look at the overall objectives of the awards, is we want to educate. We want to educate really organization about the best practices and gold standards in corporate social responsibility and in sustainability. We want to use this platform to inspire other organizations to learn from the best that is out there and to give it to new scales of excellence and social responsibility and in sustainability. Lastly, we want to celebrate. We want to celebrate the champions, the leaders that are out there, the ones that are really complying with the regulations, that are taking it another step, that are looking at their employees, that are looking at the labor rights within the organization, human rights, that really practice transparency in the operation, that they look at the impact of the operation on the environment and on the economy, and really to motivate others as well to follow the same route. Is the means and objectives of this, of course, as I mentioned, to recognize and honor organizations in the Arab world, regardless of where their origin is, regardless of what is their business, what is the size of their business. It is a very strong platform to ensure that organizations are getting the right recognition and the right platform to project their best practices and their winning applications. So in order to ensure that we align with what is going on around the world and we are not really missing the boat and the ride, and we are on top of our agenda and we know what needs to be done and what should be done, we have looked at this award from the beginning and built on it from the international perspectives. I started with the UN Global Compact, the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact. We looked at the EFQM. We looked at the GRI. We studied them thoroughly. We took from it what fits our scenario, our region, our requirements, where should we start. These were all issues that we took very seriously. And as we move along, as issues keep on coming up with the emergence of the same Sustainable Development Goals in 2015, before it became mandatory in 2016, we had already taken it and incorporated it into our requirements for the award criteria. One of the new platforms is the Global Investors for Sustainable Development Alliance, again, from the financial, focusing on the financial aspects of issues and how do you direct finances to sustainability. These are all aspects that we have incorporated into the requirements of the award. And it helps us to keep on enhancing whatever comes out globally, to look at it and to see how this can be brought and aligned with the requirements of the award to help enhance it, continue to build its credibility and trust. That's why it has gained the reputation of the green Oscars of the inshallah. Otherwise it would be boring. Entities will not apply if it is the same application every year. There must be something in it that attracts organizations to come to want to apply in it year and year on. So these are some of the entities that we have looked at seriously in our criteria for the application of the awards. You can see how we started. Of course, when it's always to start one step. You can only choose new businesses. What do they look at? Why would they start a business? What kind of a business do they want to start? So this was an important aspect that we wanted it to be covered through this. Again, when we developed the award, it's not a monetary award, you all know that, but we wanted to have that award as a unique thing. It has to have a meaning, and we studied it for 6 months, really, until we came up with the whole design of it. The sandwiching of sand between 2 layers of crystal was very important for us. First of all, it reflects our region and the desert and all that. But we wanted to say that nothing is static in life, everything is changing. So as the sands shift and create different landscapes, if you go to the desert, today you will find it different, you go 2 days after you find different. So it shifts, you know. So you wanted to say, our message is you have to change. You have to keep on adopting and adapting. You have to keep on moving if you want to sustain your business. That is how you get businesses that are 350 years old, and that's how you get businesses they close after 3 or 5 years. So this was very important. Of course, the flowery shape there, that is human shape, but connected with environment, with nature. So, you know, aspiring to reach high, you know, there was a lot of philosophy behind it. The colors that we chose to fit the bright, beautiful, sunny environment of the whole region. So that is how we came up with, and we are true to it until today. Yes, we have worked on modifying it a bit to reduce the amount of sand because of the sheer heaviness of the weight of the award. But alhamdulillah, it's a unique award. Everything in it is unique. Even the colors are unique. You know, it's not usually your corporate colors, you know, and that is what we wanted to get across, that it does not need to be very, very straight corporate colors. It has to be diverse. It gives me beautiful, really pleasure myself when I look at all these entities and I look at the diversity of these organizations and how many of these organizations are applicants and how many of them are new. The average we have is around 35, 65, 40, 60 of newcomers versus repeated applications. We are proud to have applicants from 2008 continuing until today. And once they get into the winning position and they enjoy that feeling, you know, then it is the competition is about how do we retain our position as winners and the leadership role that we want to have. So you will find multinational organizations, you will find global organizations, regional organizations from different Arab countries as well. We were accused in the beginning of our life that this is a UAE award and the judges are biased to UAE entities. But the award itself proved its neutrality completely. Of course, you all know not related to CSR, sit and live in different parts of the world, and some of them are with us today on the live streaming from watching us from YouTube. The different sectors. This is one of the categories that always attracts the highest number of participation. For us, it was a very important category to roll out. And we wanted through that to show the importance of stakeholder engagement, of how to work with partners and not do it only solo. We were proven right. Organizations now understand the added benefit and structure and value added if they work with organizations not as competitors but as collaborators, how they can build bridges with relevant government bodies, how they can engage with different NGOs. This is a win-win situation. You know, when you're engaging with non-government organizations, non-profit organizations that are on the ground, that are effective, they have their pulse, their fingers on the pulse of the society. They know how to mobilize the masses. They know how to get the message across. It is a very important journey for the private sector to understand that networking. And through many of these partnerships, we have seen how multinational organizations have partnered with NGOs on the ground and managed to reach to the different sectors of the society, particularly the target area that they want to, and the issue that they want to address, engaging the government organization to bless the program, to give them the go-ahead, to provide the enabling environment, to come up with the relevant rules, regulations, laws that needs to help run these programs. And these are not really short-term issues. These are long-term issues, but they start with one step in place. Of course, one of the, again, outcomes of the Arabia CSR Awards is at the network, the Secretariat. We try very, very hard in a very small, short period of time to develop summaries of every single winner that applied in that cycle, and we distribute this, and there are copies outside. Please take it. You will understand, when you are reading it, why is this organization different? What is so special about this organization? How did they apply? What was the winning streak in their application? It's a beautiful publication. It's in Arabic and English, of course, that we do it. So this, again, gives you, from the data that we have at our disposal, how many entities have come through this award in the 14 years, how many sectors we have covered, how many Arab countries we have received application. Really, the functioning Arab country is here. The ones that there's upheaval, unsettling, political turmoil, whatever you want to call it, wars that are going on, these are entities, these are countries that we have not managed to make inroads in there. But we have not stopped trying. We try every single year, and inshallah, my dream is to get every single Arab country to apply, entities from all these countries to apply. And we look forward, inshallah, to be very, very soon. The number of winning entities, it means these are the ones that have reached, there was the shortlisted, the ones that have been called on stage and rewarded. So what do we really look at when we are, in an application? That's why I say the award has got 12 stations. You need to go through that journey. Your train has to stop in those 12 stations for you to reach the end of your journey. But once you reach the end of your journey, that is not really the end. That's just the beginning of you reaching your destination, and then you explore all the opportunities that are there. So we take organization really through from the beginning, the importance of having a vision, a mission. You know, you have a strategy in place, you have set of values that you work on, you have the buy-in, the commitment from the top management, and this is one of the challenges that we have seen many organizations face in this part of the world. Either there is, lack of understanding, lack of awareness about the issue, or not important for them, is not a priority. Apprehension of the unknown is always there. So this is very important to have the buy-in from the top management. I remember we were in Bahrain a few years ago, and we were invited to give a training. And there were, mashallah, 16 team members that were attending this training. But as we were moving along, I started hearing that, what's the point? What's the point? We cannot get it done. And, I asked, what's going on? They said, we are not getting the buy-in from the top management. This is just not on the agenda. So I requested, can we have a session with the top management? I would like to address them. So I was very happy that on the last day I got the full table of the top management joining that. And within 2 hours, really, of serious discussion with the top management, addressing the apprehension and the concerns that are there, there was a complete change of attitude, and there was a good, they received the information very well, and the whole team was very happy because we saw after that, with the issuing of sustainability reports, with the progress that organization continues to make till date. Within that, we are looking at how strategically the organization is looking at issues, how is it forming its policies, the mechanism of implementing those policies, and I really salute the champions within organizations that work diligently on this and ensure that everything is in order. Sometimes it takes one person to start the process, and I salute those as well. For me, these are the champions really that have initiated and started, and a few of them are in this room with us today, and I'm very happy to have you here. One of the challenges that we found, actually, we did a survey before we went into the awards. One of the challenges we found is the lack of understanding stakeholder engagement. That process, the value of engaging with stakeholders, was one of the issues that was identified early on. And we see through this, we demand from the applicants, show us what is your journey, who are your stakeholders, how are you engaging, are they really effective in your decision making process in your organization, have they been involved, what kind of processes you put in place to engage them, and how do you communicate with them. So these are all issues that came out from the award, and every year as we see the different application, we see the beautiful ways, and today it's a common practice in the UAE at least. We get invited so many times across the year, this engagement stakeholder, that organization is doing, it makes me very happy, and I make it a point that we are there, we attend, and we see firsthand of how these organizations have overcome this challenge, and how they are engaging effectively, and how this engagement is resulting in actual value and feedback that the organization is incorporating in its policies, and it's resulting in economic value and a win-win situation. What you cannot measure, you cannot improve on, neither can you work on. And you cannot say this is a successful program. There are different ways of measuring. There are the tangible results, there are the quantitative, there's a qualitative. But it is very important that we do have that process in place, and we identify. And I always say, do not look at the sky, look at what you have on the ground, build on that, start with yourself, step by step, and that is how you improve. Share those results. Share the results with your own staff. They are your first and strongest stakeholders. Share that, get the feedback from them. They are the inspiration. You are inspiring them, and they are inspiring you actually in return. This is very important to understand. And then you go to external stakeholders. Put your house in order. That is engagement with your internal stakeholders. Share with them the results. Make it everybody's property, not a department property. It should not be put in a drawer and closed on. It should be shared so that you get critical feedback for improvement and you move ahead. Then we go into external reporting. Really, external reporting is a license to operate. External reporting is the best marketing tool that you can have for your organization. It saves you thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing of your entity through this wonderful report, provided it's not a whitewash only. It's not only a good, you have to put a balanced report. You have to be very neutral, very critical of yourself. You have to have honesty in what you are giving. And that comes through, by the way. When we train people at the GRI trainings, it makes me so happy to see when they are discussing the sustainability reports of different entities, how they are able to identify that this is a genuine, strong report, or this is just a marketing tool that has been put out there. And this is what we are doing when we are submitting these reports and putting them on international platform. When we want to open any business, we want to expand our business, we want to get international funding, what do you think the organizations do? The first thing they do is they go and search you. Who are you? What is your report? What have you written about yourselves? These are all very important issues for organizations to understand. We have to understand our environmental performance. And we have to take it seriously. This is not an add-on. This is a core part of what our operation is all about. We have to look at our social performance. Are we really part of the society? Do you come to people, do members of the society know if I mention a name of a company? How well known are you in the society that you are in? Are you well known in the academic cycles, for example? Are you known in the corporate cycle? Are you known in the government organization? What role are you playing? This is an important part to understand how much value you are adding to the society, where you are really making your business, where it started you. This is very important, how much we are involving members of the society and community. Members of community really are your staff and their families and the extended families. That is the community that you want to get on board. And of course, I mentioned partnership and collaboration. The more you partner, the stronger you become, the more better results that you can bring across. That benefits the whole country and the society. One of the areas that we look at, of course, is innovation. And I think 2020 pushed many companies to look at innovative ways that they could deal with, that they could bring into their operations to help sustain the operations, to help improve on their businesses. How do we become more efficient? How do we become more cost effective? To understand, to become cost effective, we look at the innovative ways we need to do that. The last part that we ask entities is the pitch. This is a strong part of it. Why do you think you deserve to win? What will you give the judges for them to say, okay, really, it's worth it. This company or this entity deserves to win because of 1, 2, 3. So this is very important for us as well and for the entities. When you have put it all in a nutshell, you are looking at it and you say, wow, we do have this and this. You identify yourself what are the gaps and areas of improvement that you have within your entity. So this, in a summary, is what really the whole application is all about. That's why you find it's a continuation journey of improvement, of best practices, of bettering my performance, of really taking my economic gains and performance to another level. We live, of course, by the values that we have, and we look very, very seriously at the impact of our different programs to ensure that we are having the least impact on it. So we looked at the different aspects of the award. We learned ourselves from the first cycle and the second cycle, and we saw the sheer numbers of papers and documents that we had demanded from our participants, and we knew that was not a sustainable practice, and we said there must be a better way that we could deal with. So in the third year we moved the processes into an online process, and we kept on improving. Today we have a full-fledged online process. Of course, we did it with a specialized company. They will be taking you later on the how do you go online and how do you apply and how do you submit. And it's continuous. So at the end of every cycle, taking the feedback that we have received from each and every one of you, taking the feedback from the judges, we sit with the company to develop and to improve and to streamline and to cover a gap or a challenge that the participant faced during the process. So it's been 12 years now that it is a paperless process, and we are very proud, alhamdulillah, of this process. And we thank everyone who has helped us to ease that and to make it effective. The challenge is that sometimes when they are applying online, the networking availability within different countries, we have taken that on board. Not everybody has got the efficient internet, like we have it here, and we take it for granted actually. But there are countries within our region that do not have that. So we have worked with them of just sending an Excel sheet instead of online application, and then we upload it online for them so that the judges can process it. Of course, the judges do not know who is receiving which application, so it's a completely confidential process. Once they have finished scoring and uploading, it gets closed on them. They cannot revisit it, so that there is no opportunity of playing with the numbers once it's been done. As you all know, the whole award process has a timeline. Today we are rolling it out. On the 8th of April, we have the workshop, the clinic that we will be taking you in detail. On the 30th of June, 5 o'clock, the awards closes. And then after that, if there are delays, they get started, we start deducting 1 point per day for every delay. From the 1st of July till mid-August, is the process of scoring, deliberating with the judges, and finalizing the shortlisted. First week of September, we inform the shortlisted entities. Inshallah, this year, 4th of October, put it in your schedule, 4th of October will be the Arabia CSR Awards. It gives me great pleasure, really, to welcome today 4 wonderful applications, 4 wonderful entities who have, and we choose the diversity of the applications so that, we share with you the different aspects, we share with you different stories, and you understand, and it helps you as well build your capacity. Inshallah, we look at getting all of you on board. One of the points that I wanted to mention, that this operation end-to-end gets verified by a third-party independent assurance provider, DNVGL, who have been our partner since we started the journey. So they go through the whole aspects. They reach out to the judges. They look at all the procedures that we have in place to ensure that it is complying with what was put. The event is carbon neutral event, again with one of our partners, Farnec, to ensure that the carbon footprint of the award is put at the minimum. So the second part of this today is I would like to invite each and every one of our winners, and it's a great pleasure to invite my first speaker, Mr. Eugene Main. Eugene is the CEO and founder of TriStar. TriStar started an organization. It's a homegrown entity that has become international. Today it is TriStar Group, mashallah. And it's a journey that I have seen, and I'm very, very honored and proud of what we have seen from this organization. Eugene, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Habiba. Thank you for that wonderful opening and very informative opening, and especially for people who are planning to participate for the first time, as we were 10 years ago. It's really a good place to start, and I think the brief introduction that Habiba gave to everybody in this room is an inspiration for us to all make an application, because you will never know how well you're doing unless you make an application. And so I think that's very important to get started. Winning or losing is not really material. It's just a question of participating and having the pleasure of making a submission. And that's where the entire journey starts, like it started for us. So I think the question that was asked of us is what inspired our organization to participate in the Arabia CSR Awards, and I will talk about specifically last year. If I give you some background, is since this company was founded in 1998, we made the decision to be a responsible business. Just to give you some background, we started in just road transport, and back then there was no culture of safety in road transport operations. Accidents were more the order of the day, and especially in the business of transporting fuel, you would see trucks turned on the side and people get... And also the way the drivers were handled in the industry. There were a lot of challenges. Drivers never used to get paid for months together. There were no regulation on working hours. You would find drivers working 20, 24 hours. There was no culture of safety. People would come to work in slippers. So that was the traditional thing. At that time, we started to form a company where safety would change everything. And this was our target, to build that professional company. And therefore, that meant making sure that a responsible business meant managing our business on measuring against the triple bottom line, which is people, planet, and profit. And that's where we started to grow from. But today, we also focus on another P, and that is being a business for purpose. Since the early days that we started, we were fortunate, and we've seen good success in business, and our operations has grown and spread. And during this growth, we had a lot of opportunity to witness firsthand challenges of communities of people, especially in emerging market areas. And so we started to want to do something for the society and for the communities. Especially as part of our business, we were coming across firsthand the challenges to local community because of fighting at political levels and others, and the community were actually suffering. And therefore, we started to look at what was the impact of our business on that community, giving them jobs, giving them trading so they can make their own lifestyle and advance themselves in lives. And therefore, we did recognize that we can't do this alone. And this whole journey of ours requires us to collaborate with all our stakeholders. It's not just one stakeholder, but we need to collaborate with all our stakeholders. And the other reason for us to enter is we have been a partner with Arabia CSR for over 10 years now. And every year we have been participating in this cycle of awards. So let me talk specifically about our entry for this year on terms of partnerships and collaborations. Again, as you know, it's goal number 17 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And this year we decided to collaborate. We started an initiative to collaborate with the general shipping industry to draw attention to a problem that is there, but which does not get any recognition because just people don't want to talk about it. and that was the mental health and well-being of seafarers. We actually have a large shipping operation business. We own a fleet of 35 ships and have 1,000 people working on it. But the challenges that are faced and suicide rates among seafarers has more than tripled from 4.4% in 2015 to nearly 15% today. And nearly 26% of all seafarers show signs of depression. It's just the nature of the job. When you're lonely at sea, you don't have anybody to communicate, you feel depressed, you don't have family around you, and you could be at sea for considerable periods of time. And suicide rates among seafarers actually triple that of shore workers. So we also had our own experience on this. In 2019, we had two unfortunate deaths due to suicides on our ships. In the first instance, a crew member, he was actually supposed to sign off the following day. He was waiting for him to sign off. And that previous day, he got a message on this thing from his wife. And it appears he just jumped overboard. And the sad thing was his body was found only 2 months later. And in the space of 2 weeks, we had a trainee engineer who was last seen talking to his family back home at 7 o'clock in the evening before they were all getting ready to go for dinner. And when everybody was sitting down for dinner, when they started to look for him, he was missing. And his body was never found. But that's when we started to draw attention to this cause, because it's something, suicides are something people don't like to talk about. And normally if it happens in a company, everybody wants to put it under the carpet because they don't want to get negative publicity about it. And this is why we decided to launch this campaign, a Safety at Sea campaign, to draw attention to the mental health and well-being of seafarers. And we will continue. We've decided to make this an annual event. In fact, last year, in spite of the inability to hold public events, we held an online conference, which was well received with over 1,500 participants. And we will aim to make this an annual event every year. And so our application for the 13th cycle was specifically about the partnership and collaborations that we need to forge if we want to draw global attention. This is a worldwide problem. This is not only a problem of us or the next our competitor, somebody else. This is a global problem. And therefore, by hosting these conferences, we want to draw global attention so that eventually, by coaching, by mentoring, by putting, today with social media, actually doesn't help to draw attention to that. So the next question was about our journey to Arabia CSR Awards application. And if you can see on this slide here, in 2011, when we were first introduced and we made our first application, and we were actually the winner of the Best Newcomer in 2011. Subsequently, we have been putting applications every year. Some we were successful, some maybe we were not successful, but that does not deter us from continuing to keep putting applications. So in 2014, our collaboration with the RTA, where we are again promoting, advocating against road accidents, promoting road safety. For us, that's one of our big strong points, promoting road safety within the community, within all the communities that we operate. In 2016, again, we took road safety to school children, because school children are influencers on their parents, and it's also a good education for the children. So it was my first driving license campaign where children were educated to traffic lights, what's the need for traffic lights, the reason to be safety. We gave them personal important thing for us is it makes people within the organization, it gives them that motivation because you have various people submitting applications for various events and things. So when one group, it encourages the others, it encourages everybody to come, and the collaborative and the teamwork that goes into submitting an application, that is immense. And that is immense value. Actually, for me, that's the greatest value that we get when you see everybody supporting each other. Everybody wants to put in a winning application. And the other benefit and the assistance or the value we get from this is learning. We get external independent feedback on our operation, which is so important for us for our own continuous improvement. So the feedback we get, I mean, then the onus is on us. You can take it constructively or you can take it negatively. And I think the challenge, I mean, the opportunity there for anybody is to take it constructively, to learn from that, to use that so that in future you can continue to improve. And this is some of the feedback we got, which we are displaying on our application, and which helps us so that we are able to improve this for our next application. And then, of course, the last thing, the publicity, the brand building, the brand equity. Today, as we all know, I think Habiba talked about global investments coming into companies with strong ESG disciplines. That is the new order of the day. Youngsters, especially youngsters, they want to invest in companies that are green, companies that are going green, companies that protect the environment, that companies have social responsibility. So it's all good for our own success as businesses. Those days are gone where you can get away by doing things that either damage or you are not friendly to society. Those days, everybody, every investment, and people are channeling their investments into companies that have strong green initiatives within that company. So the publicity coming from participating in these awards is something that is immense and is good for your brand and your brand equity. So if I talk about what steps do we take after winning, of course we will continue. This only inspires us to do better. We'll continue to invest in our disciplines, building a strong culture, not only about environment and social issues, but I believe governance. And we've seen and we keep reading in the newspapers about companies and the issues that they have around governance. And this is something that is very critical to make sure, firstly, compliance. We live in a world today where compliance, I mean, if you try to, let's say we just try to open a bank account. Okay, imagine the KYC that they do on an individual today. It's not like before you could walk into a bank and open a bank account. Today it's a 6-month process. By the time they will go into your very roots to see from where you came from. And that's because of compliance issues. They want to see that people don't use complicated structures to hide behind complicated structures. So compliance and governance should go hand in glove if you want to build a solid foundation for a good company. And also we keep getting inspired to continue with our safety at sea initiative and also building on our partnerships and collaborations. And if you see our annual stakeholder sustainability workshops, where we talked about the need for our own stakeholders, maybe our contractors, maybe our partners, maybe our customers. Every year we have this sustainability workshop where we invite everybody to participate, we exchange ideas. We also emphasize the need for them to be successful. They need to be delivering value to their customers. They also need to encourage diversity and inclusiveness in their own workplaces so that they can have a cohesive working environment, and they have to invest in employees. Everything in our company today, for us, every time we recruit somebody new, it's an investment. We don't look at it as a recruitment. It's an investment in somebody. And so we feel very proud and celebrate when somebody new joins the company. And we actually mourn and feel sad when somebody leaves the company. So we create that kind of culture where everybody is important, everybody is welcome, and we are actually one big family. And finally, the message we want to give to all our stakeholders is we should deal ethically and fairly. And this is important for us to deal fairly. They could be our counterparties, they could be our contractors, but we don't squeeze them to such an extent that they go out of business. So the question is making sure we deal ethically and fairly with everybody, so it's a win-win for everybody. And last question is my message to aspiring participants. My message to you is make a start today. Let's not wait for tomorrow. Today is a great day when Habiba has launched the 14th cycle. And let's start with that. You can start with the basics. You can start as a newcomer. You have 13 odd categories where you can see which category suits you best. And my next message is stay focused and don't get deterred by the challenge of if it's the first time of submitting an application. Yes, you have to put in some effort. It should not be a window dressing exercise, but it should be transparent. It should reflect, I think, and it should be honest. That's when you will make a good submission. Try to be honest. I mean, today if we want to make, I can hire a consultant, make somebody who doesn't know anything about web business and just write. But that's the wrong approach. That's really not the right approach, and that's not going to get you anywhere. It's something that you have to reflect on, be honest, be this thing, and make a start. You might not win the first time, you might not. But by submitting, on that, it's a good chance, you get good feedback, and it's a good opportunity for development. It's a good opportunity to showcase your strengths. Every company has got their own individual strengths, and it's a good opportunity. It's also a good opportunity to expand your network. You come to several sessions, right from a submission to final award. There are Arabia CSR itself hosts several events where you come, you participate, you meet new people, and you can expand your network. And it's also very good for your brand. As I said today, there is a strong shift towards companies who have good corporate social responsibility, who have good ESG disciplines in place. So it's something that's an integral part, and you need to focus. I understand companies have to make money, companies have to be successful, but companies also in parallel have to learn to be a business for purpose, and that means caring for communities, caring for the environment, and making sure we are responsible business. Because one thing is very, very clear for all of us, that business will not succeed in a world in which people don't. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much, Eugene. That is very, very well said, from the heart, strong messages. That for you was Eugene Main, CEO and founder of TriStar Group. Wonderful messages from the heart, and sharing personal and really stories of the organizations and of the journey. Thank you for sharing with us the journey of your organization through the Arabia CSR Award. Our next speaker is Mr. Fadil Ansari. He's the General Manager of Gulf Petrochemicals Company from Bahrain. He's joining us online. Again, this is one of the organizations that has been with us at the Arabia CSR Awards from 2008, and we are very proud to have seen this organization grow. Fadil, صباح الخير, السلام عليك, and the floor is yours, Fadil. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. First, my apologies of not being able to attend in person, nor Dr. Jawabiri, who sends his regards to you and everybody there. And this is all because of COVID-19. We have a no travel policy still, and we hope, inshallah, this year and soon after taking the vaccines, soon things will be back to normal, so we can meet and collaborate to the fullest.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Thank you for inviting us to speak about our journey with Arabia CSR and the awards. I would say that our journey was tough. As at the beginning, it took us 3 years to prepare for our first win. We started applying in 2008, and our first win was in 2011. This is because we had to change. We had to build a culture, a sustainable culture. The workforce has to absorb and believe in sustainability in its true value and put it in practice. They will practice it. But once we had the correct culture and environment, then winning became easy. However, as you have said in your speech, world is changing and we have to change and continuously change. So the world was changing and we have to change with it. The judges becoming tougher and more detailed. They give us gaps and year after they give us another gaps, so we close and go on and so on. But the basis is there, the culture is there. So the culture became acceptable to change. When COVID-19 became, that is last year, the pandemic, it has forced us to change our way of doing things, but we were ready. Didn't we build a sustainable culture, a resilient one? Yes, we did. We paid a lot of care to human being. And because of that, we have a very loyal workforce. When difficult time comes, the workforce, the people, the staff will support us. And they will go out of their way to support the company. Sustainability means caring for humans in all what they need, isn't it? People, planet, and profit. Staff will support the company always in good and bad times. It doesn't matter whether there was a pandemic or no, thanks to Arabia CSR to help us to build such a culture, the sustainability culture. We created teams as part of our culture. We created teams to look after all processes. Every process has a team to look after it. No one works individually. One of those processes is the application for Arabia CSR, for the awards, for the benchmarking that we do. So the team was there, and they have done what is required from them. So we had no issue with pandemic in preparation for the Arabia CSR for this year. The GBIC vision states that to be a world-class petrochemical and fertilizer company of choice, recognized for excellence. And one of the elements of our mission is to optimize the business in a safe, sustainable, and cost-effective manner. Hence, we seek excellence and we seek sustainability. Who can help us to achieve our targets? Can we achieve them alone? Of course, we have to collaborate with others. These doesn't come unless we improve ourselves to reach the top. Organization that seeks sustainability for the benefit of the society. Arabia CSR has given us the platform to utilize in order to fulfill our vision and mission. Hence, we have partnered with Arabia CSR Network. Through them, we got to know sustainability reporting. We practiced it, and we do it. We issue GRI reports since many years, starting from after knowing the award, not before. Through Arabia CSR, we know United Nations Global Compact. We utilize the training offered by Arabia CSR and utilize the award process as a benchmark to know our weaknesses and to work and improve them. We do continuously participate in the award year after year, because to us it means continuous learning and continuous improvement. We wanted to build a sustainable organization, an organization that is built to last. So we wanted always to do and to be the best in everything. Do we engage consultants to write our procedures and to teach us? Maybe the write-up of procedures will be beautiful then, but it will not be absorbed by our staff. It will not be a culture. The best way is to benchmark ourselves with others, discover gaps, and close them. This is exactly what Arabia CSR Network has given us. They ask questions, we answer, the judges give us the gaps, we close the gaps. We were successful in closing some, but not successful in others, so we participate again. And we close more gaps until there was a culture that understands what is sustainability, believe in it, and practice it. Participation in the award is a practical, continuous improvement exercise. Winning does not mean that there are no gaps in the company. Still there are gaps that we work to close and participate in the next cycle to get a new judge's report, and this cycle goes on and on. We have to take the judges' remarks seriously, and we have to take it immediately after the report comes. We don't wait for the next cycle because the aim is to improve the system. The aim is not to get the award. Getting the award is a tool to help us improve our systems within the company. If the organization is very good, is a very sustainable organization, does CSR to its best, does it mean that it will win the award? No. They have to present a good report that is easy, readable for the judges, such that they can evaluate the company. There are rules. There is this 500 words maximum, but they can use attachments. They can use links for the judges to look if they need. I would say, and my message for those who do not participate, please participate, even if your goal was just to win a trophy. Because to win the trophy, you will have to improve your organization, change systems, adopt some best practices, and that is the benefit. If you win or lose, participate again. And this will teach you continual improvement exercise that will be a habit within your staff. And this is a great achievement. I thank you, Ms. Habiba, for the opportunity. And I just wanted to tell those few key messages to the audience and to those who are not participating or participating and stopping. No, this is a continual improvement process that they have to participate every time. This is a long journey, and by time they will build a sustainable culture, an organization that feels and works with CSR. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fadl. This is the goal. Thank you very much for your strong message. Thank you. Our third speaker is a newcomer to the award, and we are very delighted to have them. And it was important for us to show what was the experience of repeated applicants and a newcomer. So it's a CANPAC, and there will be two speakers that will be sharing the presentation today, if I'm correct?
Yeah, there's only one. My colleague could not join it due to some
Okay. So, Mr. Imran, yes, thank you very much. He's the Chief Financial Officer from CANPAC. Please, they were the winners in the medium category. Please share with us your experience.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Arabia CS team for inviting us and giving opportunity to speak in this forum. Highly appreciated. Before going for this presentation, let me introduce a quick introduction about our company. We are a company in Dubai, which is the part of a multinational group called Canpac. And we are present in 18 locations across the globe, including United States, Europe, Middle East, Asia, Africa. And we have around 8,000 employees across the globe. Now, the core business that we have is the production of aluminum beverage cans for soft drinks. For example, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, they are our main customers. And we provide this packaging material to them, and they fill this product and you use as end consumer. Now, the point which I like to stress here, that our core product itself, which is the aluminum beverage can, itself is an environmental friendly product, because this aluminum is a material which is 100% recyclable. So once you do recycling, you save around 90% of energy as compared to if you produce a fresh aluminum. So by this, we are very proud that our core product itself contributes towards the improvement of environment. Now going to the okay, thank you. So now answering the questions that we were asked by CRS Arabia team. The first question, what inspired us to participate in Arabia CSR Awards? The first thing, as Habiba already mentioned in the beginning, that CSR Arabia Award is a green Oscar in the Arab world. And by participating in this award, by winning this award, it increases our reputation, credibility across the globe in front of all the relevant stakeholders. So at local level, at regional level, and global level. Since we are a global company, so it's very important for us to be the part of such award and to be recognized. For sure, it's not about the winning like Eugene said, but it's very important to participate and being recognized. Even you are not winning, we need to continuously working on. And so one day we will win this application. The another reason what we believe in Canpac, we have some core values which are the power of the organization. Speed, innovation. So these core values we follow by heart while running our business, as well as by doing any activity, CSR activities or any other activities. And what we believe and what we see, that Arabia CSR share more or less similar core values that we have, and here we feel a very strong connection with this organization, and we believe we can work together and promote CSR to the next level. So that is another reason why we participated in this award. And last but not the least, again, what already mentioned by Habiba in the beginning, CSR Arabia is the best forum to share best practices. The best example is that we are here. So now we are sharing our best practices in terms of CSR with each other. So we are learning from each other so that we can take the CSR to the next level. So this is, I think, one of the best forums that we are the part of this one, and we are very proud that we have this opportunity to come here and discuss all of you, learn from you, share our experiences with you. So so these are the things that inspired us to participate in this CSR Arabia application. Okay. Next question about the journey for us in this award, in this application. First, let me tell you the journey that we have in Canpac Group globally. I will say a few years back, in Canpac Group globally, we started sharing a culture of sharing best practices between the companies globally. These were not for CSR only, it was meant for all, like best practices in business processes, in CSR, and many other areas. But talking particularly about CSR, so we started sharing best practices with each other, started learning from each other, and here we started the culture of promoting CSR within our Canpac family. Talking as of today, I would say we have CSR committees established across the globe in all the organizations globally who talk to each other on a regular basis. They are dedicated and actively work for CSR year-on-year basis. So this is the journey within CANPAC that we have followed so far. Now the journey in CSR Arabia, we participated for the first time in 12th cycle award. However, we could not win that award. However, what we did very seriously, we took feedback from jury, and we took it very seriously. We worked on some improvements in our internal policies and procedures. We implemented new initiatives, and then after 1 year, in 13th cycle, we participated again, and this time we won this award, and that's why we are here in front of you. Thank you for that, CSR Arabia, for that. Now, some of the areas where we worked for our stakeholders in terms of CSR, I just would like to highlight some of those. We work for environment, we work for our business partners, we work for community, and most importantly, we work for our employees very seriously. Give you an example of environment first. We actively work to reduce the carbon footprint by reducing the use of energy to an acceptable level. And for that, in CANPAC, we run a program called Clean Development Program. So under this program, we run different activities which can help us to reduce energy levels significantly. Example like we are placing the use of electricity to solar energy, one of the initiatives. Another one, since we are a production unit, we are also replacing the use of propane gas to LPG, which is more energy efficient. So here again, we are reducing this carbon footprint. And also we have a lot of forklifts, which are diesel or gas forklifts, and we are replacing now with the electric forklifts. So by way of these initiatives, we are able to reduce the carbon footprints significantly, and day by day, we are becoming more and more environmental friendly. When we talk about our business partners, like my colleague speakers, they already said that how we help our business partners, we implemented certain policies and procedures in order to protect the interests of our stakeholders, our customers, suppliers, government, even competition, everyone. So what we have done, we implemented certain policies and procedures so that everyone in this organization, all employees, including management, even the most junior employee, everyone follow those procedures, including code of conduct policy we implemented, trade compliance policy, anti-corruption policy, and we have many more. So these are just the top ones. So because of these policies, our stakeholders know very well that these are the policies are implemented and we follow strictly. So they feel very comfortable and protected to work with us. So that's one of the things that we are very happy that our stakeholders are very comfortable with us. We also work for other part of the society, like we attend charitable events, and last event we participated was at Dubai Foundation for Women and Children, where we provided them their necessities, including clothes, toys for children, and many other things for their needs. So this is some of the things that we do on a regular basis. So this is one of the examples. The last but not the least, very important stakeholder, which are our employees. We do a lot of things for our employees. Mainly, we provide health insurance to the families of all employees across the board, all the employees. We provide also education allowance for the children of all the employees across the board. And very important here is the blue collar employees. As you know, the blue collar employees compared to white collar, they are less earning employees, and they cannot afford, and it's very difficult for them to afford to bring their families here in this country and live with them. Because of this initiative, there are three things in what I believe in UAE. If you can manage, you can have your family here. One is health insurance, education, and third one is your accommodation. So if you are able to manage these three expenses, you can live easily with your family. So we provide all these three. Health insurance, school fees is for free, and on the accommodation side, we also provide them or the partial or depending on their scale allowance. Due to this initiative, as of today, we have many blue-collar employees in our company who are currently living in Dubai with their families. So we are very happy that we did this thing for our employees. Last but not the least, which is a very specific question which was asked, I think this is a specific answer to this question, that what we have done during COVID-19 time, especially because, during this time, many of the companies actually stopped working for CSR because they wanted to sustain, their business so that, they can be sustained for this year, and again, maybe next year they can work again on these things. But what we have done, we decided, considering the prevailing situation, we decided to focus on the safety of our employees in this year. We have implemented a lot of measures. I mentioned a few of them here. We implemented temperature checks at the entrance of the facility. We installed, very importantly, sanitization tunnels at the entrance of the office gates. So any employee who goes in or comes out, they are fully, sanitized. So this is a very important measure that we have taken. We also implemented the workstation partition. That means even in workstation you are sitting maybe close, but still you have this glass partition in between, so that means you are working very safe without any fear. Also very important that we are arranging the PCR testing in-house. So whenever we have some suspicion, this is happening nowadays, someone has some symptoms, we don't send them to hospital. Of course, it's not bad to send them to hospital, but what we believe that if we can arrange in-house, they'll be more safe. So far we arranged multiple times during 2020 in-house PCR testing across the board for all the employees for the sake of their safety. And it's worth to mention that so far in 2020, we spent around 1 million dirham for the safety of employees only, which is incidental to COVID-19. And we are committed to spend more during 2021. I hope COVID-19 will last longer, considering vaccination is now available. But still, we are committed to work towards the safety of our employees during this COVID-19 situation. The next question, how this award winning helped our organization. The same things which my colleague speaker said, it's about the publicity. So by winning award from such an organization who is recognized at local, regional, and global level, it helps organizations like CanPack or your organization to enhance their credibility in front of stakeholders. This is the most important thing. So if you have your increased credibility, finally it will be ending up enhancing your business prospects. So that is for sure. This is what we can see after winning this award. We can see improvement. That is what is happening for our business. Also, we are being seen as role model after winning this application internally within CanPack family as well as externally. Especially during COVID-19, as I said in the previous slide. So even during COVID-19, we did not stop spending our resources for COVID, for the CSR. So due to this reason, we are really seen, and on the top of that, Arabia CSR acknowledged these efforts. And as a result, we are seen as a role model, and for that we are very happy because our image now is public, is no more private, because we are a global company, but still a private organization, and we are very happy that we participated in this award. And the next step that we are planning is, as you can see, we are, after winning third cycle award, we are planning to participate in the 14th cycle award, and we'll try our level best to win this award. However, I would like to say I want from you guys to give us tough challenge. There should be a competition. It will be very good if you win the award. We'll be very happy. We'll learn from you. You will learn from us. It's not about the winning, as Habiba said and my colleague speaker said. It's about to learn from each other, and this is how the journey starts. What we are planning for 2021 related to CSR, we are planning to continue some of the initiatives that we have already done. I discussed in the previous slide. So we'll continue with some of the initiatives. Plus, we are working on, our CSR committees are working on finalizing the new initiatives for 2021. Very soon, these will be finalized. However, as of today, recently we got one approval already. I would like to mention here that for the Rashid Center for People of Determination, we are sponsoring fees for the students and their physiotherapists and all this stuff. So this is one initiative is already approved. Further initiative will be approved within 1 month's time, and we'll share with the Arabia CSR team, and we'll share with all of you through this forum. Yeah. The message that CanPack, as CanPack representative, would like to share is, again, there are companies, like Eugene said, there are some companies, trend is changing, who are mainly focused on their business. I mean, they don't take seriously the CSR because they consider like it's additional activity. Trend is changing. Even the businesses who are focused on their business profits, still to participate in CSR activities, you are showing your image as a green company. And by the end of the day, it is helping us to improve your business because your relevant stakeholders, your customer suppliers, what is the increasing trend? The people would like to work with the companies who are into more green initiatives. And we as a CanPack globally, we work with different partners. However, we prefer to work with business partners who are more green. So this is the growing trend, which is already discussed, and I would like to stress the same thing because this is our experience as CanPack family globally. So this is very important, even from business point of view. If you are only business oriented, the profits, CSR will help you to increase your bottom line. Second thing, very important, CSR need not to be taken as an additional activity. It should be the part of your organization culture, part of your values, and most importantly, part of your policies and procedures, because once it becomes the part of policies and procedures, then every employee in your organization will follow this one. They will understand it better if it's a part of your policies, and they will definitely follow this one. KPIs, Habib already said, if you don't have KPIs, you won't be able to know whether you are performing good or bad. So you need to have KPIs, which can be designed in different ways. For example, in CanPack, we are working on this energy efficiency. I discussed a couple of examples. So we set energy KPIs. This is the energy KPI for this year. Next year, we want to reduce this by 15% or by 20%. This is one example. The KPIs can be created depending on which CSR activity you are doing, but have your KPIs ready so that you can come to know what progress you have made in the following year. And the last but not the least, the CSR is not the responsibility of a top management, the directors, no. It's the responsibility of everyone in the organization, starting from a junior level, blue collar, till the director level. Everyone should feel the responsibility and the importance of CSR. Only then you will be able to create a culture, and the employee will follow this by heart, not by, by force. So thank you very much. This is our message from CanPack. Thank you very much.
Last but not the least, our speaker is a good friend and diligent applicant for several years as well, Mr. Aklilo Ademokan from Two Seasons. He is the director of talent and career development. And we want to hear from the hospitality sector, particularly in 2020, and how did this hotel function and how it's reached and how they make the positions. David, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. It's still good morning, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for Ms. Habiba, and thank you for all the presenters and the audience, and those of you who have been in this award program before, and those of you who aspire to be in this program. This is just to share with you the experience of Two Seasons Hotel and Apartment. Our hotel was ambitiously participating in this award program for the last 5 years. And in this category of hospitality industry, with the very high competition we had, and we never give up for the last 5 years. And we have been awarded as the first runner-up 3 times. And before, we have got a participation certificate. So we never stop until we become the first as a winner and to continue the journey. Just to share with you some of the programs we deployed in Two Seasons Hotels. Our hotel is rebranded as Two Seasons Hotel and Apartment in 2019. management company, same owner of a different branding. About our company, this company started with an indigenous concept of introducing the Emirati geography of having two weathers, the summer and the winter, and considering these two special seasons in the country, we call the brand Two Seasons. And this is indigeneity and bringing the culture, the heritage, and the geographical location of the brand. And we've got core values that we stand for, strongly defending and abide by the values we build. And this is the pillars for our success, and all our employees in the company are well aware of the values, and we stand by these values not only in our words or policies, but our actions speaks as well. Our services, we're hoteliers, we give comfort, we sell comfort, we sell memories, we sell best family time in the company. We have different facilities, restaurants, bars, swimming pool, entertainment facilities. So I'm very glad to talk about my property, one of the biggest property in Media City, with 1,010 room hotels, around 8 restaurants, 35 special meeting rooms, big ballroom banqueting facilities for events. We're one of the best facilities around that area. Our sustainability commitment, look, this is one of the privilege from the Arabian CSR Award. We start to know what is CSR, how CSR can benefit a company, and what would be the commitment of the management top to down level. So our managing director is passionate for environment, for sustainability. He lead a group of champions with different groups in every department, and these groups are dedicatedly working towards sustainability within the company. We have partners, government and non-government partners, and we have our business partners from DTCM, from Dubai Municipality, UAE Government, EEG, Emirates Environmental Group, Farnek, our partner for Green Globe programs, and we have also other partners. Our suppliers are our partners who support us with lots of CSR programs as well. Some of our strategic achievements, and we develop a sustainability management plan that is every year revised and improved continuously. But as a foundation, we developed this plan 5 years ago with yearly revision and improvements. This is our foundation as well, that everyone who works for the company knows, understands, and implements the program throughout the entire process in the company. We have aligned our strategy with the sustainability development goals, so everything we do need to be under the framework of SDG, and there are programs we still year by year improving and make sure that we try to cover the 17 SDG goals. As a hotel, we have a lot of functions, a lot of tasks and programs, and we make sure that our programs is aligned with these SDG goals. And this is my team of sustainability champion when we launch internal programs to the green environment in the company, to make sure everything recycled and used and produced within the hotel. We plant trees and we give fertilizer from our products of food waste. We have a machine to produce fertilizers, and the fertilizers used to the plants, and the plants supply pure oxygen to, the employees and the residents and the guests. So we recycle everything within the company. This makes us really, really happy. And we have been in many stages because of our programs, and we have participated in Arabian CS Award, EEG Awards, and Arabian Travel Awards, Green Globe Awards, and so on. So we've been champions into these awards many times.
And Sustainability Awards is part of our yearly KPI, and we're ambitious every year to be the winner in the stage and to demonstrate ourselves that we are a green hotel, not only a green building, but a green hotel, and we are a green hoteliers. We want to have guests who come to hotel to enjoy without any risk of having environmental pollution or having any unethical business practices. So we ensure our guests, our customers, that proudly talk about our products are environmental friendly, our food processes are ISO certified programs, our quality programs. Everything we do in the hotel displayed our environmental programs. These are some of the winning times. Ambitiously, we've been in many medias, in many publications for our success and achievements. Our people are the foundation, and all the presenters were talking about the 3 P's: the people, the planet, and the profit. And as a hotel, we depend on people, people, people. Always our people make the difference. And the most brilliant ideas came from the stewarding who clean the dishes in the kitchen, from the housekeepers who clean the hotel day out and day night. Brilliant ideas of sustainability, saving energy, saving carbon, ideas coming from those people. So we have a very good recognition program for our sustainability as well. Collaboration with partners, and this is one of our aspects. We collaborate with partners, and we've been a member for many of our partners continuously, year by year, even though sometimes we don't do as much, but we make sure we support them to do the programs without fail. Engagement, every year, there are yearly programs, we never fail to do it, but every year we make sure we add 2 or 3 new programs as a KPI to make sure that we continue the journey. And education and sustainability awareness programs are a foundation, and our employees have a KPI to attend a certain number of training hours as part of a sustainability KPI. These are also part of measurement for them for any promotion, recognition, or increment or allowance. All depends on how well our people are engaged in awareness and training programs. So this is part of our culture. Communication strategy, and we deploy from paperwork to paperless, and our publications are using more of digital platform, especially last year due to COVID programs. Most of, I can say, programs becomes digital, so you can see that now paperless process in the hotel. Energy performance improving year to year. Our energy department are every year bringing a new program that saves a lot of energy, changing old machines into a machine that can save a lot of energy. We change entirely in the building all lights to be LED. Imagine 1,010 room hotel with how many lights in the building are blinking every day. So 100% that now we are LED light project. You go everywhere, it is a sensor LED lights. This improve our energy performance year to year. Carbon programs are measured, and every year by Farnec as a company who supported our Green Glow programs, and we use Hotel Optimizer program to measure our carbon emission, and we have a 5-year carbon plan which we review every year. And this program is reviewed by every department as KPI, and the KPI is measured at the end of the year, how far we go into our energy programs. This is our 5-year carbon management plan, the second 5-year. This is an ambitious plan. So the department of our engineering department measures the carbon. Every department has a target, and this is how we can collaborate with Arabian CSR Award, EEG, and other government KPIs in order to reduce carbon emission. This is also part of the Sustainability Development Goals. Waste management program, and this program is a continuous program. Imagine with 8 restaurants 1,010 room hotel, 35 meeting rooms. How many waste can be deployed within the company process? So we have a very stringent waste management program. We had a colleague, an old colleague called Mr. Nana, a very ambitious chief steward who has built the foundation for waste management program. He just left the company this year as retirement, and he made a wonderful plan. 10 years ago, when he joined the company, he has got a bill of 200,000 dirham paid for a company who collect our waste. That is where the time that he gets shocked how much a company pay 200,000 dirham to remove its waste. So immediately this becomes, a point to work year by year as environmental. This time we generate 60,000 dirham every year from our waste, let alone forget paying for a company. Now we earn income from our waste. And we make all the programs in the hotel as a green program, so waste-free processes are deployed. Every food that waste in a restaurant will be a fertilizer, and every fertilizer is used by the plants. And we have also implemented internal garden in the hotel, so we don't buy herbs, we don't buy tomato. All kitchen products, I can say 90% of the herbs and the green leaves are supplied within the hotel, which is another green initiative we deployed in the hotel. So our waste management program is a strong program. So these are the numbers. Continuous development plan, I'll go through. Colleague welfare, colleagues are a foundation for our success. Without people, we cannot do anything. So we make sure they engage. We have a very high diversity, different nationalities, celebrating our success, celebrating our difference. We have very strong program on a monthly basis to celebrate nationalities, to celebrate culture, to celebrate different programs, and all of us are very well engaged in these programs. This is how we keep them people motivated and engaged throughout the programs. We have sports, very strong competition against other hotels, other companies. This is a regular practice. Sport becomes part of our culture. And this is how we encourage the winning culture. Some of our awards, and this is from the recent awards. We become the winner for hospitality category, to be the first runner-up. And this is the farewell for Mr. Nana. This is the man I said that he had a lot of stories from this environmental program foundation, and this is in his recognition by EEG, by Ms. Habiba, for his farewell and a gesture of thank you for his recognition. And this is our award ceremony. And these are some of the achievements in 2020, even though the year was really tough, very challenging, especially for our industry, hospitality industry. Very, very challenging. However, we never stop. That our programs continuously proving that we really strive with resilience, and we had certain awards and recognitions in 2020, which makes us proud that even though the time was tough, but we still keep stronger to make sure that we beat those odds in those years. So we are the survivors of those challenges. Our people have the very strong spirit of winning and always supporting the company in the challenging times, especially in this pandemic time. So most of our colleagues now rejoining to the company with a hope and faith that the business will improve with the number of vaccination increase. These days we are encouraging our colleagues to be vaccinated. And I can say a lot of numbers are already vaccinated for the first shot, and few people already completed the second shot. So hopefully, with God's grace, things will be improved and we will continue to win. In this stage, I would like to thank Ms. Habiba, Arabian CSR Award team, for the very constructive feedback every year they give us. And that is a book to read every time, honestly. It's a reflection, it's a mirror that you see what you do and what you can do more. It's very encouraging, and I appreciate the judges for really working hard to give us a detailed feedbacks. Thank you so much, and I'm very proud to be sharing my best practices. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Clelo. Beautiful. You took us through a lot of details. You really highlighted the areas that entities should be focusing on and how you can develop these processes in-house, and the buy-in that you get from your employees and the importance of getting all that together. We would like to take just a few
Good morning, everyone. So, yeah, my name is Tia from NextNet Solutions. So, we have been closely working with Arabia CSR in facilitating the awards. And for today, I will be presenting to you the process and just to give you a quick overview of what to expect. Okay. So the first step for this award is, of course, to visit the website. So it's arabiacsrawards.com. And on top of that, on the rightmost part, you will see the register button. So the first thing to do is, of course, to register on the awards. So for the registration, we will show you the form.
So this is a live demonstration.
Yes, just to give a quick overview. So every participant will have to undergo on the registration. They will have to fill out the form. Of course, we have to be very honest with this one, as this will give us or it will allow the system to give us the correct form for each category that we will be participating. So we will be able to select, and then I just have to put to take note of this one. If you have a sustainability report, please make sure to select yes. And then also, if you are planning to participate on the partnerships and collaborations, we have to also indicate on the form first and foremost for us to be able to give you the correct form on your application. So after this one, we will have to submit it, and then you will receive a notification from the Arabia CSR team, which includes the invoice, and then once everything has been validated and which includes the payments, you will receive another notification for a successful registration. And then with that, you will be having the username and the password for the login. Once you have the username and the password, so I will show you what to expect upon login. So in here, the first thing that you would see is the countdown. This is related to the deadline which was mentioned by Ms. Habiba earlier. So for this landing page, we have here the instructions that will clearly guide you on the awards process. And in here, you will see the categories, the basic information that you will need to know, especially the status of your application. Also, if you have applied for partnership and collaborations, you will also be able to access it on here. So we have there two buttons, the blue one and the red one. The blue one is for the participants to be able to edit and update their submissions from time to time. And the red one is if you wanted to have a copy PDF form, and if you needed to download it anytime, just to have a print copy, so you can select that button. Can we select the edit button just to have a quick overview? So this one is just an example of the form that we will, and questionnaires that you will receive depending on which category you have selected or you have applied. So the first, as you can see, we have here 4 tabs. One is the registration form, which is usually pre-filled already using the information that you have given on the registration. And the second tab is the questionnaire. This questionnaire is custom as to what category you have applied. So in here, the questionnaires, if you would notice, the answer fields have word count or character count. It depends. So this allows the judges or the evaluators to clearly understand your answers to each and every questions. So these questionnaires have been divided into sections, and then you also have the instructions on top of it just to guide you from time to time. And then the good thing about this questionnaire is that you can put your answers or enter your answers anytime, and then you can just go back on it from time to time and save it. So it will give you the comfort of answering each questions properly. So once you have completed answering the questions, let's now go to the attachments, which is the third tab. This section allows you to upload or indicate or paste the links that you will need to present to Arabia CSR in order to provide the evidences and other documents that you will need to present to them in order to win the awards. So in here, you are guided with instructions as well. We have clearly indicated in there which fields are mandatory and optional. If you would scroll down, please. So we have also provided guidelines in here on which file type you can upload, and also the file size. We have also indicated it to guide the user or the one who is applying on the website, I mean on the awards. So once you have completed uploading all the evidences and the documents that you will have to show to Arabia CSR, you just have to click Save and Continue. And then you will be directed to the fourth part, which is the Completion tab. This Completion tab, you can visit this anytime. This will also guide you, as this shows you which items you have completed and which items are still pending. And then if it happens that you still have a pending item, you can just directly click on the item field, and then it will direct you to where you have to complete the field. And after which, we have the declaration above. So before submission, we have to select that one or tick the box, and then it will, once you have completed everything and ensure that all fields have been answered and filled out, I think you will be ready to submit the what do you call this? You will be ready to submit the application. And then once you have submitted it, the Arabia CSR admin will receive it, and then you will receive a notification again. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free. And
Right, so we have the floor open now for questions. Can I have Mr. Imran sharing the, Arthur, would you please come? Any questions? The presentations were beautiful, very detailed, very clear. So if you have any questions, participants, please. Yes?
I have a question regarding the work collection.
Yes.
Can we apply for more than one category?
When you apply in your main category, you have automatically the partnership and collaboration category to apply. But you are a business sector, and it depends on the number of employees you have, so that is your main category, whether it's large business category or medium business category. Plus you have partnership and collaboration. So these are the two categories that you can apply. You can apply again independently. If you want to apply more than one partnership and collaboration, then yes, you submit it as an independent application as well.
There's a question. For the application process, will the evaluation start after the deadline?
Yes, yes. So you have the time frame in your hand from now until 30th of June. And as Tia mentioned, that you can answer one question and save it and come to it after 3 days and save it, And when you finish as well, before you click and submit, you still have time to recheck everything to ensure that you have done correctly. Even if you have submitted, you still have access to your application until the 30th of June. At 5 o'clock, that accessibility is closed. Then you cannot access your application anymore. Yeah, and it's open to the relevant judge who is allocated to judge your application. Any questions regarding the process of applications, the statements that you have to look at? In every statement, in every substations that I showed you, the 12 pointers, every one of them has got several statements under it, and each one of them tells you how many characters your answers to be. And in the beginning, of course, people who are not very familiar with the process, and they will tell you that, the number of characters too small, we want to write more. This shows you, this teaches you actually how to be precise in your answers. And if you have more information, proof, and we advise you to attach evidences in everything, and make it easy for the judges. This is very important for everyone. Do not expect a judge to go through pile of attachments. They have got so many applications to go through. So what we advise you is in your answer, when you are writing, say, either put the link so that they can click, it takes them, or when you are putting the attachment, you say attachment number 1, number 2, number your attachments. It makes it very easy for the judges as well. And if you have, let's say, a procedure, do not give them the full 20 pages or 30 pages of procedures. Just give them the cover and give them the relevant page that they should be looking into. Try to be very specific and very precise in what you are attaching. Many times we say, people say yes. Avoid to say yes and no. Give more elaboration. And let's say people tell us sometimes that, we didn't have any progress since last year to this year. I don't think that is true in any case. And even if that is true, you have been measuring. You have done, it's not necessarily that you are rolling out a new program every time, but what progress have you made on that particular aspect? Let's say you are talking about training of your employees. Definitely you have a target in mind. How many employees you have? 5% of your employees you want, 10%. Next year you will do this. So this kind of progress that you are making, please, those are the things that you should be looking. Never copy and paste. Never copy and paste, guys. That really makes the judges very angry, and you will get immediate 0 on that. Even if you are writing that you didn't have, be very creative in the expression, in the way you are documenting that and you are writing that, and mention what intention. Let's say you have not done anything on that particular. At least you have an object, you have a target in it. You say that, our plan for, this is 2021. You can say our plan for 2022 is to do this, this, this. So you are sharing with the judges what is your way forward. Okay? And within the application of this year, of course, we have incorporated COVID-19, pandemics, and this is a very important issue. That's why I said the award is not a static document. It's a dynamic, beautiful, progressive document that we keep on revisiting, and it takes us really at least a month and a half to produce the new version. So go through every aspect thoroughly. Do not underestimate any question, and look at the thoroughly. We have, as was mentioned by many of the speakers, the human element. Your employees. What do you have in place for them? What do you have planned moving forward? Environment, health and safety issues, the incorporation of that, Internet of Things, working with modern technology, what kind of software programs that you have developed and introduced. So there are so many things really that you need to look at it comprehensively. Arabia CSR Award is not just about initiatives. We're not telling you just tell us this initiative and that initiative. It's your cooperation. Every single thing. Don't take it for granted. Document it there. Any other question?
Ms.
Yes.
Habiba, yes. Regarding the COVID-19, so I believe that 2020 is our business, our initiatives, our everything towards this COVID. So the modification will be give us, more score or special treatment for that one, because I believe there will be full our report or our filling the gaps. It's about COVID, so I don't know whether I believe that will be some extra scoring or extra things for COVID.
So that's why it has been incorporated into
Yeah.
all the statements that you have been given. So this was a live experience. Then it's not hypothetical anymore. This was a live experience and exercise that every single entity went throughout the year. Those who were proactive and really took that into consideration as an opportunity and introduced proper procedures, processes, measures that they needed to include it in their core strategies and their operations, and that is how you are able to move forward, and your organization did not collapse, whereas many organizations did not have anything in place, and they felt it. They felt the impact hugely, but the ones that really had strong procedures, processes, everything in place, they did not.
Yeah, because it's a new things
Yes.
for everybody, so
Yes.
we have many challenges in that year,
Yeah.
employees-wise, business-wise, everything. So
Yeah.
we believe that focusing on that pandemic is really appreciate that it'll be including in the system.
Indeed,
Thank you.
that is actually, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
I am Colonel Dr. Abdullah Al-Hamoudi from Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authorities. First of all, sorry I am late today because some fog in the street.
Indeed, we saw that in the morning, yes.
And this is first time for us, our authorities, Civil Defense Abu Dhabi, first time participate or will be participate in your awards. So please, which kind of categories will be?
Government sector category. There's public sector, government and public sector. What is the number of employees that you have in your organization?
Wow, many.
Yeah, more than 1,000.
Yes.
Yes. So it's a public sector, but your questionnaire will be aligned with the large size enterprises. But it is a public sector category.
Thank you.
Yes.
I probably don't need a microphone, but that's fine. I'll be a bit louder. For next time,
Yes.
what we like to do is donate the water supply for your events. We have a company that just got approved, ESMA approved. It's produced in the UAE using returnable bottle, so there's no need anymore for recycling. But also would solve the second problem, which is the most important problem for UAE, is the use of, is finding another source of water which takes care of the food security problem. I know all the government leaders in this country, they are actually after that. We just gave our product to Her Highness Mariam Moheri, and she's very interested in the product. So what we like to do is donate to your next event to help.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate that.
So we don't need to have plastic
we
in
will.
here.
I'm sure the team will be getting in touch with you. We have quite a few programs. We have the can collection campaign coming up next month, so we'll be very happy to get you on board. I advise you strongly. You are a new business to apply for the Arabia CSR Awards. I always say, it's easier when you are a new entity to put your house in order. You have a white canvas and you can paint for it the right picture. So I promise you, you will benefit a lot from your application process, and it will help you. It's consultancy on a golden platter that is being offered to our applicants, and we are proud of that. And we have, it has had a big impact on changing the scenario in the region and in the countries. And we have seen every one of our winning entities impacting their own supply chain, and seeing not only them applying now, we are seeing entities bringing some of their main partners as well to apply. And that is how you maximize the benefit. With my colleague in the civil defense, we will be very happy to sit with you if you have a team that would like to come to the office and sit with our team. We will take you through the whole process and guide you on how to apply thoroughly, inshallah. Don't forget, all of you, on the 8th of April, we have a full-fledged workshop, and that will take you through exactly step by step what are judges looking in every single statement, why is that statement in place, and what is expected of you as an organization to answer. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, really. Thank you for all our viewers and listeners and followers. Thank you very much for being with us. There are quite a few of our judges as well attending this morning session through virtual platforms. And again, this is one way that modern technology has come to support us in times of crisis, but it has really made it very easy as well to connect, and for people to be able to participate actively and effectively without going through all the polluting process of traveling and all the costs associated with it. So we are getting knowledge at the tip of our button. We click it and we are connected. So thank you very much. And again, we are just a phone away call, and we are just an email away. Reach to us, call us, communicate with us, and we'll be very happy to answer any questions. And we announce the awards, 14th cycle of the awards is open from now, or you can go and register online, inshallah, and we look forward to receive your application. Thank you very much.